Your car breaks down. You lose your job. A medical bill shows up out of nowhere. For 57% of Americans, any of those things would be a financial disaster because they have less than $1,000 saved. Let's fix that. Today, we're talking about emergency funds, what they are, how much you actually need, and how to build one from absolute zero, even when money feels tight. An emergency fund is money set aside specifically for unexpected expenses or income disruption. It's not your vacation fund. It's not your new phone fund. It's the financial cushion that keeps a bad week from turning into a bad year. Without an emergency fund, when something unexpected hits, you have two bad options. Go into debt on a credit card at 24% interest, or drain your retirement investments and pay penalties. An emergency fund gives you a third option. Cash, readily available, no cost, no consequences. How much do you need? The standard recommendation is 3 to 6 months of living expenses, not 3 to 6 months of income expenses. There's a big difference. Figure out what you actually spend each month on essentials: rent, groceries, utilities, transportation, minimum debt payments, insurance. If you did the 50-30-20 budget exercise, this is your needs number. Multiply it by 3. That's your minimum target. Multiply by 6 for a more comfortable cushion. Let's say your essential monthly expenses are $2,000. Your emergency fund target is $6,000 to $12,000. That might sound like a lot if you're starting from nothing. Don't be intimidated. The point isn't to get there overnight. It's to start building it systematically. I recommend thinking in milestones. Your first goal is $500. Just $500. That covers most car repairs, most urgent medical copays, most appliance failures. Getting to $500 changes your financial life more than any other single step. Once you hit $500, aim for $1,000. Then 1 month of expenses, then 3, then 6. Small milestones you can celebrate, not one giant number that feels impossible. Where should you keep your emergency fund? 3 requirements. It needs to be safe, accessible, and separate. Safe means it's not invested in the stock market. Stocks can drop 30% in a month. If your emergency fund is in a brokerage account and the market crashes right when you need the money, you're selling at the worst possible time. Keep your emergency fund in cash. Accessible means you can get to the money within 24-48 hours. Not a 6-month CD you'd pay penalties to break. Not physical gold you'd have to sell. Separate means it's not in your regular checking account. Why? Because if it's in the same account you use day to day, you'll spend it. Human psychology. If you see money, you spend money. Keep it in a different account. The best place for an emergency fund in 2024 is a high-yield savings account, or HISA. These are FDIC insured. Your money is protected up to $250,000. Easily accessible, and they pay significantly more interest than a regular savings account. Regular savings accounts at big banks like Chase or Bank of America pay 0.010.05% interest. High-yield savings accounts at online banks like Marcus by Goldman Sachs, Ally, SoFi, and Discover have been paying 4-5% annually. On a $6,000 emergency fund, that's $240, $300 per year in interest, just for keeping money you should have anyway. It's free money. Here's how to actually build your emergency fund from zero. Step 1. Open a HISA. Pick one. Marcus, Ally, SoFi, Discover. They're all FDIC insured, and they all have no minimum balance requirements and no fees. Takes about 10 minutes. Step 2. Set up an automatic transfer from your checking account. Start with whatever you can. $25 a week, $50 a month, $100 a paycheck. The amount matters less than the consistency. Automate it, so it happens without you thinking about it. Step 3. Find money to accelerate. Look for anything you can cut temporarily. Subscriptions you don't use, dining out frequency, impulse purchases. Even an extra $50 a month adds $600 over the year. Step 4. Consider one-time boosts. Tax refund, emergency fund. Birthday money, emergency fund. Side hustle income, emergency fund. At least until you hit your target. Windfalls are powerful emergency fund accelerators. Step 5. Track your progress. Set up a simple note on your phone showing your current balance and your target. Seeing the number grow is genuinely motivating. Every $100 that goes in is another step away from financial fragility. Common question. I have credit card debt. Should I pay that off before building an emergency fund? The answer is do both, but in the right order. First, get to $1,000 in your emergency fund. Just $1,000. Then throw everything at the debt. Why? Because if you pay off all your debt first but have zero savings and something breaks, you'll just go right back into debt. The $1,000 starter fund is insurance against that loop. Once you're debt-free, then build the full 3-6-month fund aggressively. And finally, when is it actually okay to use your emergency fund? Real emergencies, job loss, medical emergency, urgent car repair, urgent home repair, death in the family that requires immediate travel. Not emergencies, a sale you don't want to miss, a vacation, planned expenses you forgot to budget for, or anything you could realistically predict. After you use it, the next priority is rebuilding it. Replenish before you go back to aggressive investing or extra debt payments. Let's recap. Your emergency fund target is 3-6 months of essential expenses. Keep it in a high-yield savings account, safe, accessible, and separate from your spending account. Build it in milestones, starting with $500, then $1,000, then 1 month, then 3, then 6. Automate contributions so it grows without relying on willpower. And treat it as insurance, not a temptation fund. An emergency fund doesn't make you rich, it makes you stable. And stable is the foundation that everything else, investing, wealth building, financial freedom, is built on.